Most professors use whichever AI tool a colleague showed them first. You get decent results, form a habit, and stop looking around. But relying on one tool to handle every complex task in your workflow is a risk. Eventually, that one-size-fits-all approach starts to break down. We tend to treat AI like a traditional search engine, a single box that should just know how to do everything. In reality, these are specialized software architectures, built with different training data and distinct capabilities for different types of work. When you ask an AI built for creative writing to grade a multi-step logic exam, it might get the math wrong or hallucinate facts. These errors lead educators to conclude the technology isn't ready for the classroom, when the real issue is a mismatch between task and tool. Relying exclusively on one ecosystem means your results are limited by that single model's specific training, which may not fit your nuanced educational work. Think of the glasses analogy: reading glasses, distance glasses, sunglasses. The eye is the same, but the task changes. AI is similar. The landscape is split. Western models optimize for safety and nuanced reasoning. Chinese models focus on mathematics, code generation, and open-weight flexibility. Knowing these 5 frontier tools lets you move past the friction of a single interface and align the specific model with your pedagogical goals. This chart identifies the core players in your toolkit. We start with Claude, built by Anthropic. Its core identity is the careful writer and reasoner, focused on producing high-quality academic text. If you feed Claude a stack of research papers and ask for a summary, the prose it produces is more natural and less prone to those generic AI tics found in other models. It's built for nuanced analysis. The constraints are practical. The free-tier message limits hit much faster than its competitors, and Claude has no native image generation features. Next is Gemini, Google's multimodal assistant. This tool is designed to process massive datasets and integrate directly with the Google Workspace apps many institutions already use. Gemini handles million-token context windows. You can upload an hour-long video lecture or several entire textbooks into one chat, and it can summarize and pull facts from all of them without you having to manually enter data. However, using Gemini means sending your course materials and student communications to Google servers. For many professors, that introduces institutional privacy concerns that need to be checked against university policy. While these Western models excel at writing and workspace integration, they often come with higher costs and different data privacy trade-offs than international alternatives. This brings us to a geographic reality. Many educators aren't yet aware of the frontier-grade tools developed outside the US tech bubble, like DeepSeek, Qwen AI, and ZAI. DeepSeek is the logician of the group. It is specifically known for its R1 model, which handles advanced reasoning at a much lower cost than Western competitors. DeepSeek is often the strongest option for multi-step reasoning. When you're designing complex exam questions or rubrics, you can actually see the model's chain of thought as it works through the logic step by step. There are downsides. The interface is strictly utilitarian, it adheres to Chinese political content restrictions, and the servers can struggle with capacity during high usage periods. But for institutions on tight budgets, choosing a tool based on brand familiarity instead of task fit often means paying the higher rates of Western labs for logic processing that international models now offer at a fraction of the cost. Several of these tools are open-weight. Unlike closed systems that require you to send data to a third-party cloud, open-weight models can be downloaded and run locally on a university's own secure servers. Qwen AI is the multilingual powerhouse. While Western models often struggle outside of English, Qwen handles languages like Arabic, Japanese, and Korean natively, often outperforming its US peers in these contexts. The main trade-off for Qwen is the interface. It lacks the polish of Western competitors, and the English documentation is still catching up. Finally, ZAI has a distinct academic pedigree, having been spun out of Tsinghua University. It is built for agentic workflows, where the AI can take multi-step actions like building a full course outline from a single syllabus. For global instructors and administrators who prioritize data privacy or non-English support, these tools provide a level of localized performance that cloud-based US models cannot match. To use these tools effectively, change the question. Best is how well the tool matches your task. For nuanced lesson notes and human-sounding feedback, Claude is best. Processing long textbooks or lecture recordings? Use Gemini. For complex exam questions, reach for DeepSeek. Treating AI as a single universal subscription leads to wasted hours. You get better results when you stop trying to force one tool to do every job. The first step is to set up your toolkit. Take 45 minutes today to create free accounts on all 5 of these platforms. Then run a direct comparison. Send the exact same prompt, asking for a 5-minute intro to a core concept in your field, to every single model. Look at the responses side by side. Pay attention to the tone, the depth of knowledge they assume, and how they structure the explanation. Comparing these responses moves you away from the search for a single perfect AI and toward a workflow where you choose your tool based on the evidence of what it can actually do.